The key to good skin is hidden deep in the ocean. Osea's Undaria algae body oil harnesses the powers of Undaria seaweed in every bottle to transform dry skin to silky, soft, and glowing without feeling greasy. Seaweed is a nutrient-dense superfood packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help replenish the skin's moisture barrier and maintain a healthy glow. Osea's Undaria algae body oil is not your typical body oil. Rich, yet never greasy, and clinically shown to instantly improve skin elasticity. See the power of Undaria seaweed after just one use. Get healthy, glowing skin with clean vegan skin and body care from Osea. For 10% off your first order, use code SEAWEED10 at OseaMalibu.com. Plus, free samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $50. Use code SEAWEED10 for 10% off at OSEAMalibu.com.
When you think of skyrocketing brands like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, it's easy to credit their success to great products, sleek branding, and brilliant marketing. But here's the overlooked secret. The real magic lies in the engine behind the scenes, the business powering their business. For millions of brands, that engine is Shopify, making selling seamless for them and shopping effortless for us. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Aloe Yoga uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/retail, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/retail to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/retail.
Welcome to episode 1 of the Conference League Chronicles, The Road to Red Bull. You've only got myself, Terence, for this one. Took some recording equipment to Fredrikstad to just test out, see how it goes, interview some Palace fans, and see if we could bring together a little specialist series for what's going to be our first proper European tour, taking us all the way up to December and hopefully beyond. Look, not going to lie, we've had some technical difficulties with the sound on the way. We've lost an entire interview with Sam Hesketh as we were walking up the beautiful riverside in Fredrikstad to the stadium. But, we'll test, we will refine, and hopefully we can bring you some fun, different content for the duration of the European tour. We're going to be kicked off with me speaking to Sergio, who is driving me from our holiday home in Cornwall to Bodmin Parkway station, where I was going to take the sleeper train from Bodmin Parkway into Paddington on the first leg of what turned out to be a mega tour, an epic journey from Cornwall to Fredrikstad and back. So yeah, here is me speaking to Sergio in the car on the way to the station. So leg 1 of the journey begins. Currently in a car driving from our holiday home to Bodmin Parkway. Sergio is driving me. Crystal Palace season ticket holder for about 5 years now. Gutted he's not coming.
Very gutted. I took one for the team.
I took one for the team. Yeah. I'm not leaving my wife and kids alone. There are 2 other families there with her, so...
That's me taking one for the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you got everything?
I think so. I think I've got enough. I've got changed t-shirt and underwear.
Yeah, it's important.
I'm battery charged up to the hilt,
Yep.
so shouldn't run out of phone battery. Got the mics, I think these are working.
Excellent.
So we'll see how that goes.
Passport?
No passports, having to alter the journey slightly and go back to North Junction to pick up my passport that I forgot. Yes.
If you had to pick one thing for this trip, that would have been it.
That would have been the thing that... Yeah.
Everything else you could have figured out.
Liability. But yeah, so 23:08 from Bodmin Parkway gets me into Paddington at 5:05. Massive shout out to Ben, listener of the podcast, who works on Southwestern Trains, who has been extremely helpful in giving me peace of mind that this sleeper train will in fact be running. And contact with his colleagues who are gonna make my journey as easy as possible, I believe. Anyway, back in a bit with more. Somewhat incredulously, I almost fell at the first hurdle. Shortly after the last clip, we drove straight into the back of a car crash that blocked up all the roads. Had to spin around, go the long way round. Shout out to Sergio for channeling his inner Colin McRae, getting me to the train with 3 minutes to spare. Sat in the lounge on the Riviera sleeper train. Already been given a complimentary hot chocolate and some biscuits. So yeah, shout out to Jess for sorting me out there. See you in the morning, 5 o'clock at Paddington Station. I'll just drop in again here to say I hope that everyone involved with the crash is okay. It looked very scary with ambulances, police, fire engines, emergency staff everywhere. So fingers crossed that everyone involved is okay. And a huge thanks to Sergio again for channeling his inner Colin McRae, I think I said. Certainly wouldn't have made it if my wife was driving, that's for sure. So it was a good job that he took me and got me there safe and in one piece, and got himself back home and safe in one piece. So thank you very much to Sergio. Next up, it's going to be me again in Norwood Junction Station before moving on to a little interview with Dave in Departures. You'll hear in the interview I stood alongside Dave at Selhurst Park for many years. So it was nice to find out that we happened to be on the same flight and to catch up with him. So yeah, let's hear from him. Currently sat in Norwood Junction train station after Operation Retrieve Passport has proved to be a success. Listen, it's our first time in Europe. We've already established that I'm very amateurish. I forgot my passport, okay? Maybe I thought in my head that Cornwall was a different country and I actually had a passport already with me, but no. Train was lovely, managed to get some sleep. So, train is coming in about 10 minutes to take me to Gatwick, where I will be linking up with Mark and Dave. So you'll hear from them soon. Right, stood in Departures at Gatwick Airport, South Terminal with Dave. I stood next to Dave for many years at Selhurst Park, and it was a great day when he departed to a different part of the stadium.
Thanks very much.
Just kidding. You are the definition of in and out for this away trip.
Yeah, I'm 9:20 into Gothenburg, 9:40 out of Gothenburg the following morning.
Yeah. The wonders of having kids and the missus just being like, you make this as short as possible.
She's picking me up from Gatwick, which is very kind of her, and then just dumping the kid with me straight away. But looking forward to it. I mean, wasn't going to miss the first time in Europe. It's first away trip anyway.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely feel the same way, hence pissing off from Cornwall. Good job we've got understanding missus. Your missus is a Palace fan as well, so...
Absolutely, we met through Palace. She has said, should we get through, she wants a European city break, but
yeah.
Cross that bridge, should we get there.
Yeah, I've told my missus that we are the underdogs and there's zero chance we'll be getting through to the group stages, so I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. No, but how are you feeling about the season ahead? With all the transfer news that's been coming out in the last few days?
I think there's been a lot of people being quite moany, and it's really irritating me. I think, should we get the business done we think we're going to do, I think it will go down as another good window, albeit obviously we'd like it a little bit earlier, but I think it's going to hopefully turn out to be another good window and we can have another good season.
Yeah, mate, we're going to win it all, don't worry, everything.
100%.
Yeah, so as we say, Ebbs watching Palace lift the Premier League title in the last game of the season is what we should be aiming for, according to Glasner.
But it'll be fun because I've said we'll already have had the Carabao by then, we'll be looking forward to Leipzig. It's not a problem.
Exactly, the road to Red Bull. Brilliant.
Exactly.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, Dave.
El rugido de los aficionados, el ritmo de las porras, la intensidad en la cancha. Esto es más que solo un partido de fútbol. Con DraftKings Sportsbook, esta es tu oportunidad de convertir cada jugada en una gran ganancia. Descarga la app de DraftKings Sportsbook y usa el código HEART. Ese es el código HEART para que los nuevos usuarios reciban $200 en bonus bets al instante cuando apuestes solo $5. En asociación con DraftKings, la corona es tuya. ¿Problemas con el juego? Llama al 1-800-GAMBLER. En Nueva York, llama al 877-8-HOPE-NY o envía un mensaje de texto con la palabra HOPE-NY al 467-369. En Connecticut, hay ayuda disponible para problemas con el juego. Llama al 888-789-7777 o visita ccpg.org. Juega responsablemente. En nombre de Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Debe ser mayor de 21 años. La elegibilidad varía según la jurisdicción. No válido en Ontario. Pueden aplicarse cargos en Illinois. Las apuestas de bonos son de un solo uso. La apuesta no se incluye en las ganancias y caducan después de ser otorgadas. La oferta finaliza el 29 de septiembre 2025 a las 11:59 p.m. hora del este. Los términos en DraftKings.com/sportsbook/promos.
Thanks to Dave there for doing the interview. Mark would not. He shit himself. Didn't fancy doing it. Dave is a listener of the podcast and he was definitely a little bit nervous doing it, but thought he came across really, really well. After that, we jumped on the flight to Gothenburg and then in a taxi across town to the station where we ate some food before taking a 2.5-ish hour train from Gothenburg to Fredrikstad. Problem is, didn't realise this, there was nowhere to buy booze. So it was a completely dry train journey. And after starting off well with a couple of pints at Gatwick and then a couple of pints whilst waiting for the train, spent a couple of hours sobering up before we got to Fredrikstad, where welcomed with some incredible views along the way. Absolutely stunning country before getting into Fredrikstad, which is a very, very quaint town, as everyone who was there will realise. And walked along the riverfront and up to the stadium, where I did pick up with Hesketh, but unfortunately, or for whatever reason, the mics didn't really pick up what we were saying. I think basically the be-all and end-all of it was I predicted a 0-0 and I think Hesketh predicted 3-0 to Palace. So we might find out from him if that was true on the next proper episode. But yeah, into the stadium to watch the game. It was a brilliant atmosphere. Really, really enjoyed it. With hindsight, enjoyed the jeopardy that was introduced into the game. We was all hoping it would be a lot easier than it turned out to be, but it was what it was. And after the game, managed to catch up with Carl. We talked about the game a little bit, which you will hear now. Walking around Fredrikstad after the nervy 0-0 draw, I describe it as, and I've bumped into another reprobate who I found here.
Hello Terry, Carl here. I'm not talking anything about transfers. I am living the dream of Conference League football, taking us through to right up to the end of November.
Yeah, we've been looking diligently at the draws and dreaming of places where pints aren't £10 basically. But how did you feel about the game? Tough one, wasn't it?
Yeah, hard watch. As somebody who's done a hell of a load of England away, it reminded me, the whole trip reminds me of that, which has been an absolute fantastic 48 hours, only ruined by the football.
Yeah, exactly.
But the most important thing is we're through, isn't it? That's it, we're through.
Yeah, that's right. I'm dreaming of hammering Spartans away. Which is Malta, for those who might not want to be able to check. Who you got on your list?
I fancy a proper grown-up game, so I really would quite like Fiorentina away. But I also quite fancy, give me Riga as well. Somewhere where we know it's cheap. It's a great little place to go to, and we're going to get a massive Palace allocation. I got a feeling we could get 3,000-4,000 out there, and that'd be brilliant.
That would be great. Tonight, it's a little bit tough. Another game where the lack of depth showed. Mainly through Glasner just refusing to bring anyone on. Yeah. We obviously, based on the last podcast, we're expecting a few in. But the deadline's midday Friday for Villa.
So I think it's fair to say they're working. Glasner's a better way of putting it. Glasner has told them to get Pina sorted, so he has him available. One assumes on the bench for for Villa. So yeah, I don't know what it means with regards to international clearance and all of that, but yeah, I've been left in. I've been told that the Glasner's left him in no doubt that he wants him as an option available. So yeah, that at least hopefully adds one number to the list for the weekend.
Yeah, I think it was definitely with tonight. You saw with Sarr, for example, how much he struggled with a low block. Really ineffectual, not getting the spaces in behind. And perhaps getting in a Pino will actually give a bit more, some options for Glasner to work with. So definitely need those.
Look, I think I reckon we'll see how good. We know how good Sarr is when a team wants to play a high line, and we're going to see a lot of that on Sunday. So he'll look world class on Sunday. He looked absolutely devoid of ideas and actually ran himself out of the game. He just didn't know what to do when he's faced with 4 people in front of him. Yeah, you're right. I mean, quite clearly there's an essay on the bench, but yeah, 1 or 2 more in who have the ability to create something out of nothing and can glide past and go past the player is obviously what he wants as an option. And we'll come up with against other teams with low block, be it in the Premier League or because we're massive now because we won the FA Cup. In the Premier League or in other games in Europe.
Yeah, I do think that now. I often think of that meme now with what's his name, David Mitchell. Like, are we the baddies? Or it's like, are we the big club? Yeah. Are we the big club? What's this low block nonsense?
I mean, look, the whole of the town came out. The whole of the town has come out to see us. We've been served up the football that we gave every other big team when we first got. I mean, Roy Hodgson would have been absolutely proud of that Fredrikstad performance, wouldn't he?
Yeah, and we've got to feel for them a little bit. They come down out of the conference Europa League qualifying into the Conference League qualifying, and they get effectively the number 1 seeds, number 2 seeds in the grand scheme of things. Really tough on them, and they put in a really solid performance that they can be proud of. It causes a lot of problems in an old school sort of fashion.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the tactic even from first game, but yeah, even here they weren't afraid to. Being 1 goal down, still happy to take time out of the game, put a little bit of scoreboard pressure onto the Crystal Palace team, and yeah, they knew exactly what they were there to go do, and literally delivered it fully for the whole 90 minutes though, or 96 minutes today.
Put a little bit of time and grind the fucking ball with the towel.
Again, Tony Pulis would have absolutely worshipped some of that art of the drying of the ball and the taking the time out.
Well, I'm intrigued to see how that plays out this season, because we've now got 3 players that can launch the ball past the penalty spot. We've come up against Fredrikstad who can do the same thing. Are we going to start seeing this in the Premier League a bit more?
Yeah, look, we've seen Brentford as one. They're probably the obviously Wimbledon, the originators of it all. But yeah, they've been in recent times the club that's been doing it most. It's effective. I mean, I think some of the stats of the goals from we've come through on a long throw, wasn't it? At Selhurst, I know it was cycled back out. And cycled back out and then put deflected shot in, or he deflected the shot in, but yeah, ultimately it came from a throw in.
Yeah, and there's a lot of this sort of percentage play happening. You see us taking centre and just almost going rugby style.
Yeah,
kick it towards touch. If you can get a flick on, great. If not, they've got to take a throw in a difficult position. It's interesting.
Are we saying Pep's football's dead?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Get it in the fucking mixer.
In the mixer.
No, right. Thanks for chatting. We're in. That's all that matters. Performance, whatever. Got there. I know that. Don't remember a shot on target from them, really. So.
No, look, again. We could.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for offering. Was that cocaine? was that alcohol? No, I think it was chips.
I think it was legitimately a kebab.
It was a kebab. Look, I mean, we've come through. We haven't conceded a goal. We've only conceded 1 goal so far this season, so we weren't pretty. We definitely weren't fluid, but you know what we did? We didn't concede, and we're through.
Yeah, we'll end it on brilliant from Maxence Lacroix. Really marshalled the back line well, looked very, very classy. And looked lighted at the end, as did all the team, with the exception of Mateta, I think, for missing that chance at the end.
Well, he's never kicked a corner flag in Norway.
Yes. Yeah, he'll be sad.
Okay, so that's all we got on that trip.
I've got home after a 10.5 hour drive home from Cornwall. It's currently just after midnight on Sunday, the 31st of August. And I've hastily pinned all this together so you guys can hear it before the Aston Villa game. Hopefully we'll go there and won't be too exhausted and Sark can do the usual damage that he likes to do to them. But yeah, thanks for listening. I will endeavour to do some more of that, if you like it, over the rest of the European tour. And thanks to Serge, thanks to Dave, thanks to Carl for chatting to me. And yeah, if you're at any of the away days on the European tour and you see me around with the mics, feel free to come over and we'll have a chat. Thanks for listening. Until next time, up the Palace.
El rugido de los aficionados, el ritmo de las porras, la intensidad en la cancha. Esto es más que solo un partido de fútbol. Con DraftKings Sportsbook, esta es tu oportunidad de convertir cada jugada en una gran ganancia. Descarga la app de DraftKings Sportsbook y usa el código HEART. Ese es el código HEART para que los nuevos usuarios reciban $200 en bonus bets al instante cuando apuestes solo $5. En asociación con DraftKings, la corona es tuya. ¿Problemas con el juego? Llama al 1-800-GAMBLER. En Nueva York, llama al 877-8-HOPE-NY o envía un mensaje de texto con la palabra HOPE-NY al 467-369. En Connecticut, hay ayuda disponible para problemas con el juego. Llama al 888-789-7777 o visita ccpg.org. Juega responsablemente. En nombre de Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Debe ser mayor de 21 años. La elegibilidad varía según la jurisdicción. No válido en Ontario. Pueden aplicarse cargos en Illinois. Las apuestas de bonos son de un solo uso. La apuesta no se incluye en las ganancias y caducan después de ser otorgadas. La oferta finaliza el 29 de septiembre 2025 a las 11:59 p.m. hora del este. Los términos en DraftKings.com/sportsbook/promos.
Wayfair's Labor Day clearance is here. Right now, score up to 70% off everything home, plus fast shipping on everything right to your door. Shop now through September 2nd at wayfair.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Fall is all about cozy comforts, but when you're prioritizing your health, it's easy to feel like you're missing out. With Hero Bread, you can enjoy all your fall favorites because they're made with Hero Bread sliced bread loaves, tortillas, bagels, dinner rolls, and more. Try their all-new Hero Noodles with 12 grams of protein and just 80 calories. You won't believe Hero Bread's options have 0 to 5 grams net carbs and are high fiber from the taste and texture. They've even got small batch drops of indulgent favorites like the popular Hero Croissant. And right now, Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code FALL25 at checkout. That's FALL25 at hero.co. All figures are per serving of Hero Bread. Contains 2 to 18 grams of fat per serving. See the product nutrition panels on hero.co for more information.